Okay, I got a couple guys that have asked some questions about 2305 in the past. Plus, there's a thread that got started today. I've been discussing with a couple guys on whether or not 2305 2.3 gigahertz band. What happens when you use 2.4? All right, this is what I found. I'm going to show you what I'm using to test this and show you what I've got going on, because I have found that within, depending on what you're using, up to 50 feet can actually interfere with the 2.3 from 2.4. This is not scientific testing. It's not meant to be. I'm going to show you a couple different transmitters that I got. All right, first thing I got, I'm going to try is the Mickey Mouse remote for my Blade MQX from what was that? Horizon Hobby, Park Zone, whatever. This thing is a Spectrum DSMX remote. Then I'm going to try this Tactic 2.4 gigahertz transmitter for ground. This is actually a marine transmitter. It came with my boat. And then what I'm going to do is I've got my Futaba 9C right here. You can see it with a Futaba 2.4 module in the back. This is actually the SFHSS stuff it comes for their T6J and stuff like that. It's for same frequencies. So we're going to start. I'm on 2305. We're going to start with the Futaba. All right, you can see right here, you're starting to get some scrolling lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. I'm about 8-9 feet away right now. Now I'm just going to move a little bit closer. I took one step. I'm now 6 feet away. Ish. Actually, it's probably a little more than that, because this rug's 5 foot wide. And the closer you get, the worse it gets, obviously. Now I'm over here out of the way. I'm going to turn this camera so you can see where I'm at. So you can see what I'm doing, and you can still see the scrolling lines. Still got scrolling lines. Still got scrolling lines. I can't tell from here, but I'm at least 20 feet away where I'm at right now. I'm going to sit it down. I'm going to come back and I'm just checking. And it still has scrolling lines. Now, I'm about 20 feet away. Again, this has an Omni on it. I forgot to mention that. This is testing with the Omni. I'm not even using the directional yet. Alright. But you can see it's flyable. Okay? You can still fly with it. I call it garbage. I personally don't like it if it was me. Alright. I'm back over here again. You can see, I get in here and it just goes absolutely bonkers. Okay? Now, I'm going to power it down. You can see I'm right next to it. So you can see it scrolling. You can see I'm standing right next to my receiver. My receiver's right here. Okay? Well, that's interesting. Put my hand on it, it kind of goes away. But anyway, it's probably attenuating the signal. So I'm going to turn it off. Instantly clears right up. You can see that there's no lines. Now, I'm going to use the Tactic ground radio. See it right here. I'm going to turn it on. And it comes right up. Now, I'm right next to the camera here. And you can see I got some, okay? It's not bad. You can fly with that. If you're going to be recording with a GoPro, you can fly with that and be fine with it. I'm going to move closer. You can see it gets worse. Now, it's not as bad as the Futaba FHSS stuff, but it's still there. Now I'm going to start moving away so that you can see me moving away. Again, I'm going to put this over here on the armrest of the couch so you can see. Now I'm going to start moving away. still have scrolling lines. I'm going to sit this exact same spot where I sat the Futaba, and we still have scrolling lines. Okay? I'm not touching anything right now. So we're about 20 feet away, give or take, 1 or 2 feet, and we still have it. Now I'm going to shut this off. And it goes away. Now, I grab the Mickey Mouse remote. I'm going to show you the Mickey Mouse. Same thing. Mickey Mouse remote. You can see it's not on. It's now on. And I'm about 6 feet away, 7 feet away maybe. And you can see that this remote is not interfering from this distance. But when I get close, we're good. Now we got it. I'm about 6 inches away from the antenna now. Cross polarized like a mofo, but anyway, you know, you can see where I'm at. Now I move away and it gets better. Now I can only assume that this thing is a much, it's still on too, by the way. It is a much lower power unit. I have to assume that because it's not really, it's meant for ultra micros, so you're not flying those very far away, you know, 100 feet, 200 feet maybe. You can see it right here. We got it. I'm going to shut it off, and it goes away. That's with an Omni. I'm not even going to bother with the directional because the directional is the same thing. You can see it with an Omni. You can see it for yourself. I was 20 feet away and still had interference. Now, I'm going to also want to show something else here that I found. Now, this is, again, 2305. I'll show you one other thing I found that I thought was interesting. I'm going to take this around over here and put it near my my router. And you can see a little bit of Wi-Fi data getting in. And that's not as bad as when it's in the garage. Well, yeah, you can still see it. In the garage, it's even worse than that. Way worse than that. But I'm also, when I work on it in the garage, it's the only thing, it's really close to the garage. Like literally just a couple, it's like right behind the router, and the only thing between the receiver and the router is the wall. So that is 2305. I'm going to switch over to the new receiver and the new transmitter that has 2305 and 2396, and give those a try. See if I'm just going to go to 2396 and see if 2396 does the same thing.